So here's the delicate balance I'm trying to strike here. I want a little bit more definition in here without pulling focus too much. I'm thinking here of like a stage theatrical term, pulling focus. But I need to pull it a little bit. I need a little bit more energy. Back to painting terms now. A little bit more energy over here. So the main way, as I see it, the main way to do that is to keep my color contrasts to a minimum. So what I'm doing right now is trying to match the color that's already here on the side of this house. And I just made it too light. I had it perfect. I wanted it slightly lighter. Instead, I made it too much lighter. So let me mix up a little bit more. You can't quite see what I'm doing, can you? That's all right. Look, a little bit more dioxazine. Violet. Okay, let's try this again. Again, so what I'm just basically trying to match, and of course this is all different kinds of colors, it's not all the same color. So let me try this. I do quite a bit of this kind of thing in my painting normally, have for years, where in the final stages, in the opaque phase, in the overpainting phase, I match what's already there with an opaque color. And that's what I'm doing right here. So I'm accentuating or painting the clapboards. We had quite a conversation several weeks ago about what is the pronunciation of the word of the name of this board. It's clapboard, clapboard, and I'm afraid it's a regionalism. I think it's a different words in different parts of the world. Spelled in my part of the world, spelled clapboard, but pronounced, I think, clabbered, as if it's a B, which is one of those silly, Englishisms. I have great pity on all you people who are learning English as a second language, because, of course, in a way, it's your fault. Hello, Marina. Thank you for watching me. I'm being silly here. I'm saying it's your fault, you people who speak French and German and Latin. Anybody else speaking Latin? Because our language, of course, is made up of all those other languages. That's why there's so many exceptions to our crazy language. Welcome to English. It's unfortunate that the English colonial system sort of existed long enough to make English the lingua franca. Or is it lingua franca? Do you know what lingua franca means? Yeah, it means French language. So, Mike, but what it really means is the language that is spoken internationally. That's an old-fashioned term. So that my music's a little bit loud today, isn't it? I hope you're liking it. It's by Eric Terlizzi, good friend of mine, Eric Terlizzi. I think in Italian it should be pronounced Terlizzi, but it's been Americanized, I think, so he pronounces it Terlizzi. And you can look him up and order music. Does a lot of nice instrumental stuff. Let me look at that for a minute. Yeah, I guess I'm okay. I think I'm okay with that. Now, let me back up just a little bit and see where to go from here. So again, I'm happy with the amount of focus I've created on my focal points, but I've almost done too much here, or to be more precise, I haven't done quite enough out here. So what I'm trying to do now is come back and create a little more interest in these outlying areas. So that just means a little more contrast, a little more detail, a little more energy is one of my favorite words to use for this kind of thing. but just a little bit, and being careful. Like I don't like two of those marks that I just made, three of those marks, too much, wrong color. Let me try this. Nope, still the wrong color. Yeah, a little bit more sun-dappled light here. Yeah, there we go, there we go. That's nice. There's some nice things happening here now. Let me mix up a slightly different color. Hello, Izzy.
Is it okay if I ask one?
Sure, Izzy, you may ask a question today. What is it? Smart boy. Is it about this painting?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I'm not going to talk about those eyes again.
What's your question? I'm sure it's a good one.
That you should put a little bit more darker colors in that, those, like right there and right there. Yeah.
Where? Here? You think I should put some darker colors in there?
No, like right, like all of those dark spots, like right there.
Here? Here?
Yeah, like those.
I just made that light spot. So you think it ought to be darker? Right at the moment I'm doing light spots. See if you agree with me that they look okay.
Do they like get darker as they dry?
No, they stay this color. What I'm trying to do right now is create just a little bit more interest in this, like the wall of this house. So I'm adding some
Do you think you should
highlights.
do like the whole house a little bit lighter?
No,
Like
no.
come back and do the whole house a little bit lighter?
It's possible, but I hope it doesn't come to that. What I'm doing is trying to make it look like sun is hitting this house. In fact, I just realized right then it just got a little bit too many, has a little bit too many dots. So here's one of the things I do to reduce the dots. That's one method to do it anyway.
I still think you should do one thing.
What's that?
Yes.
I have lots of expert help around here. What? Guess? No, I can't guess. What is it?
Put in the dog.
Oh, put in the dog. That's right. You did tell me that. Izzy says there was a dog there. In fact, a pit bull that came out and either greeted or terrorized our children, depending which way. Didn't he? He came out and terrorized you kids for a bit, didn't he?
I think you should do it. Do it.
I should put the dog in it. Well, I'll give it serious consideration, okay? It would change.
Is that a napkin from a restaurant?
It is a napkin from a restaurant. I've told everybody in the house not to throw out napkins because I'll use them for painting.
Well, you didn't tell me that.
No, I didn't tell you that yet. You're right. Now, I'm going to mix up a warm, dirty orange. Warm, dirty orange. So I can come in here on this fireplace. Yes, sir.
On the tree, on like the upper part of the tree, I think you should do like more lighter colors on the top of the tree.
Up here?
Yeah, like closer to the top. Like not exactly at the very top.
Or like this color here? More of this up here?
Yeah, like more of that color up more.
Really?
More of
Up
that
higher?
color up higher.
You may very well be right about that one. Okay, I will give that serious consideration too. I'm being very lazy today and painting sitting down. I don't know what's come over me.
Well, you still have one other thing that most artists don't do.
What's that?
Paint with two hands.
That's right. That's true. Most artists don't paint with two hands.
That's part of the reason that I think you're famous.
Thank you.
Spread the news, who's ever watching. Spread the news about this man.
Can you hear my grandson? He says, spread the news, whoever's watching. Spread the news about this man. He paints with two hands. He's famous. That's my grandson.
So, like, make people paint more about him.
Yeah.
Tell every painter you know besides
Everybody
this
needs a marketing agent like my grandson. Everybody should. Okay, there. I like my chimney. Oh, you guys are just getting nothing but glare there, aren't you? Sorry about that. I'm gonna save. Hang on. I'm gonna save those brushes for a little bit. That color. Yes.
The painting actually looks better on the screen. Like the sky is way bluer.
Oh yeah.
And the chimney's way lighter.
That's because of glare, though. Okay, now I'm going to work on the awning here just a little bit. It needs just a little bit of definition. So again, let me let you see my palette here for a minute. Can you see it? There you go. Let me zoom in for you. I know most of my mixing I do off camera. So I'm trying to match the color of, thank you, Izzy, that's enough. I'm trying to match the color of the awning that's already here. In other words, I'm trying to match this color right here. Let's see how close I got, okay? I'm a little bit lighter than what's there, but that's all right. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad. I'll do a little bit this color, but most of what I want to do here yeah, let me mix up a little darker and greener.
I understand that part of the reason that you might not want to paint the dog, even though I really want to. Is that it sort of a little bit like messes up like how real it is or something? Not like how real it is, it would actually be more real. But like mess up
the feeling.
Yeah, the feeling.
That's my biggest concern, Izzy. I don't know if you can hear my grandson Israel talking about painting the dog, because he was there and he met the dog and wants me to put the dog in. It would change the feeling of the painting of quite a bit, because a big part of the painting right now is sort of a lonely, desolate feeling, which I like. If there was a dog in there, it would, and so I'm thinking about it. I really am thinking about it, Israel. Are you with me here?
Like, I think you should do it like in right, sort of the middle of the painting, only down a little bit, the middle of the painting, and like it's standing normally like a dog with its four legs looking at the screen. Like looking forwards. I think also you should do like a bird or a bird or two in the sky.
Really?
Well, maybe. It's like that.
Again, trying to match the color that's already here. Good, that's pretty close.
Sort of like settles the painting more. I think like especially in like paintings in the what is it? Sunset, like in a sunset. Paint a couple birds with it. That makes it more settling and like more.
Well, I like the way you think.
Like settling, and especially in a sunsetting picture.
Uh-huh.
Like the trees a little bit on the sides, and then the sunset, and then a couple birds. To me, birds always settle.
Birds make it seem more settling.
Yeah.
Israel is saying. You might be right, big guy. I'm trying to mix up a warm, dirty orange again. Because I want to come up here and do just a little bit more accents in the white part of this. I don't mean that. The light part of this house. So I'm trying to match this color. Perfect. Now all I need to do is add a little bit of white to that to make it slightly lighter. You remember, of course, that our eyes always like to see light paint on top of dark paint. Is that what you're going to say, Israel? Have you heard me say that enough?
Yeah.
My goodness, even my...
I think they heard you say that. I bet they're like saying, dude, stop saying that.
I don't know if you all can hear what's going on here. It's pretty good. Israel saying you've heard me, not only has he heard me say this enough times, you all have heard me say it, and you all are hoping I will stop saying that we like to see light paint on top of dark paint. He's heard me say it so many times. He's saying, hey, Grandpa, you should stop saying that. They're getting tired of hearing that.
I said, hey, Dan, stop saying that.
Hey, Dan, stop saying that. Oh, okay, you're too much.
Who's too much?
You are, Izzy Bomb.
What's that mean? I'm too cute? What?
Yeah, you're too cute. That's right. We're okay. You guys got to see Izzy. There's Izzy. He's the man that's giving us. He's the man that's giving us all the critiques. Wave, Izzy Bomb. Okay. Lots of help here today. Lots of help.
You need lots of help with paint.
I do need lots of help. Okay, so I'm happy so far with the changes that I've made. Let's swing all the way over here to this side of the painting now. This building, maybe this tree, this nearby tree. So I've already got this nice light, dirty, it's a term that I use a lot, dirty beige on my brush, and maybe just a little bit of light accents on this tree. Not too much. Yes.
I like that it's like the trees in the middle of the painting, so
Yeah.
like the main,
Yeah,
thing,
that's right.
like there's enough room on the
That might be
sides
enough.
and
That might be enough. Yeah.
I think that you should make like the other tree, the houses, a bigger deal in the painting.
Yeah, well, you're very good. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm making them a little bit more of a bigger deal. Because this is the tree we all look at, right? Very much,
Most
right?
people say like they pay more attention to the main thing in the picture.
That's right. That's right. But you feel like we need just a little bit more accents. See, that's what I've already done. I did that already on this house over here. Yeah. And so I made a little bit bigger deal of that house, and now I'm working on this tree over here. It's okay. I think that's nice. I'd be very, very light-handed here. It'd be so easy to overdo this. So I'm just a little bit. When I started this big old tree project about 3 weeks ago, I went out not far from my home, just driving around in the country looking for big old trees. Part of my goal was to get better at painting trees. And one of the observations, and especially as you can see, bare trees, fall trees. one of the observations I've made just in this little excursion is that a wider range of values up here in the crown of the tree, more darks and lights, wider range, more contrast, is a major element in conveying dimensionality, that is the feeling that some branches are far and some are close. So that's been a good learning point for me. It's like, oh, more variety, more sun hitting the edges of those. I'm adding just a few branches since I'm up here already. There we go. That's nice. Okay, now I'm going to work on this house over here. Let's do a little bit of that. So back to my dirty beige color. Thanks, Izzy. It's been fun. Appreciate it. You know what? No, I'm taking a quick detour. Change my mind just real briefly. I want to work actually on the focal point. Now that I've bumped up some of the rest of the painting, maybe I feel like this can actually stand some bumping itself. Ouch. Oh, good, Lake. Good. I was worried about you. We just had a little spill over there. But she says she's all right. I think she might be all right because she knows the camera's rolling. Bless her heart. You remember, if you want something to look like it's very bright and glowing, you put a soft edge on it. Are you zoomed in good and tight? Yes, you are. Okay, so you see the soft edge that I just put on that tree, and then you, like me, might feel like, yeah, it's a little too much. Here's the nice thing about working on a dry painting. I'm going to paint with my thumb, and I'm going to diminish some of that streakiness just a little bit. There we go. So I'm keeping a little bit of it, but diminishing it. Does that make sense? So if you want something to look like the sun is really hitting it, of course it could be candle, could be street light, could be anything. If you want to really make it look like it's glowing, you make sure it has a soft edge. So I just increased the light on the edge of this tree, and then while I was at it, I went ahead and increased the softness of that edge with a fan brush and a thumb. Fan brush and thumb, good tools for making soft glow, because it's the glow that makes something look like it's bright. It's not the color, it's the glow, that soft edge. Okay, I think that's all right. A little bit of light down here now. I'm finding all kinds of places to add light where I didn't think it was needed, but now that I've bumped up some of the outside areas, I'm feeling like more of this can be... I know my hand gets in your way when I'm painting sometimes. Real strong sense of dimensionality. What would happen if I put a light color branch back there? Yeah, contrived. That's what it would look like. It would look contrived. Now, don't just mindlessly get grumpy and erase something. No, erase it. Erase it by degrees, because something else might happen. Okay, that's okay. I'm happy with that now. Now I'm happy with it. Okay, a little bit more again. A little bit more accents. I'm happy that I'm finding room for lighter accents on this painting, because it was just a little bit too dull the way I left it a couple weeks ago. Okay, I'm sitting back and taking a big look at this painting now, and with the added information, the added energy here, especially on the fire, on the chimney, I'm really quite a bit happier with it. Now, here's something I realized after I set the painting down for a while. I can add more light in this window as long as it looks like a reflection. I don't want it to look like a light on indoors. That would be the wrong, for me, that's the wrong feeling for this painting. I don't want, a Thomas Kincaid glow coming out from the window. I want it to look like it did the day I was there. I want it to look empty. Even though if you go back and watch the video, it's pretty funny. It actually, there were people home the entire time I was painting, and they didn't know I was there. That was pretty funny. I'd been painting for 3.5 hours when suddenly a lady came out the back door. We surprised each other, but I made friends quickly. And I'd already yelled and done. I'd made a phone call, made friends with the dog, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so I'm happy. Whoa, I'm sorry, I was off screen there. I'm happy with that now. That looks like, I think, looks like reflection. I keep thinking I'm going to get over here and do work on this building, and I keep getting distracted. So let me try now. You might ask, you might wonder, why do you do one stroke with one hand and another stroke with the other hand? Because the essence, you need to see my face. The essence of good painting is making interesting marks. Let that sink in. You've heard that a lot if you watch me. And the essence of the core of interestingness, can I make up that word? The core of interestingness is variety. So you want variety in your strokes. Therefore, if you make one stroke with your right hand, in this case, make the next stroke with your left. And there will be automatically, you don't even have to try, because your left and right hands don't make the same kind of marks. Good deal, huh? Okay, now again, it would be real easy for me to overdo this, so I don't want to do too much, but just a little bit more energy in this little shed that was out here behind this tree. Not quite happy with that. Let's try this. I'm going to smear that around a little bit and then scratch. Scratch with a finger, or I'll start by scratching with a brush. Not happy with that scratch. Like that one okay. Now can I come back and do a couple of highlights again? So just as soon as you think that, painting is a matter of process, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, you do this and then this and that and this and that, something like this happens and the formula is out the window. There's no formula. Okay, that's not bad. See, I just want it has to be the right degree of smudginess. Let me move over here to this side of the shed now. I mean, this side of the tree, I mean. And do a similar process. Put it down, then smear it tastefully, painting with a rag, and then scratching. This time I'm going to scratch with my, can you see that? With a fingernail in a rag and a bit of, and this is why you really have to have some rags on. You can't do this kind of thing with a paper towel. And I know there are times like when you're painting en plein air or whatever, or in a class where you don't have all your materials with you, where a paper towel is just the easiest. But if for your studio, you really need to have some rags nearby. I don't know about you, but I create my own rags all the time by wearing out t-shirts. I wear them and they get worn out. So I have a steady little trickle of rags, up and coming rags. You know, it's what I'm wearing today underneath my dark green shirt. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad. Let me pick up a palette knife here and maybe do just a little bit of a detail mullion or two or three. Yeah. I think so. Hard edges, of course, draw a lot of attention to themselves. So I've just actually drawn a whole bunch of attention. I'm going to just stand back and look at this for a minute to see if I agree with the energy that I think I do. I think I like it. So here I'm doing the rest of the mullions with a brush. Again, variety. There we go. Okay, I know this is getting a little bit picayune, shall we say, a little bit fastidious for viewing. Let's take a look at the overall painting again really fast, and let me take a look at it. I am happy to say it did what I was hoping it would do. I just applied a little bit more spots of energy over here, a little more detail, a few more slightly hard edges, and now it's feeling like a finished painting. There's just one more area that I want to work on that I'm aware of at the moment. Again, I know I keep sounding like a bad preacher who keeps saying, just one more point. Knowing that Aunt Maud's baked chicken is getting burnt in the oven. And so the preacher gets in hot water. There's a bunch of mixed metaphors for you, isn't it? Baked chicken, hot water, you got it. Some of you don't know what I'm talking about. I know. You missed a lot if you didn't grow up going to church. Some stuff you're glad you missed, but never mind. We won't go there right now. Oh my goodness. Well, while I have to clean up my palette a little bit. So here's how I do this. I have a straight blade, and often I'll just clean up everything except for my fresh paint. But I think I'm going to keep that warm stuff. I have a feeling I'm going to use that again. So there we go. Just clean up all the dirty stuff so that I have room to mix again. There is no such thing as a perfect palette solution. I like rip off, tear away paper palettes. I do. I don't like them outside so much because the wind blows them away. But anyway, there's a number of different issues. Every kind of palette has a different problem associated with it. And so you just have to make up your mind. I seem to have settled for the last 10 years or so, pretty much on glass. I made this myself. There's a gator board behind it, the color of cardboard, which is a nice neutral tone, and with a plywood edging that you can buy at Home Depot or Lowe's or any Ace Hardware, something like that, home building supply. Anyway, so you can build that yourself. Okay, just one more thing I want to do that I'm aware of, and that is a little bit more energy up here in the sky. So I'm trying to match the blue that's here. Let me come up here and look at this. Okay, come on, there you go. There, I'm waiting for the exposure to take place. There we go. Yeah, just a little bit. Again, it would be easy to overdo this, so I want to be very careful. It can be very easy. My friend Toby in Finland, who watches me often, I don't know if he came up with it, but I heard it from him several weeks ago. When you're trying to do sky holes, and if you fail, they turn into sky dots. That just strikes me so funny. So way to go, Toby. If you watch this, I'm giving you credit again. I'm afraid you've become a permanent part of my vocabulary, teaching vocabulary. Beware sky dots. Anyway, but I want just a little bit more energy. That's almost too much. I know one way to fix that is to dull my color down a little bit, so it's not quite so bright. So I've got blue here. I'm adding a little bit of ultramarine, adding a little bit of brown to it, just to make it a duller blue. Then it won't jump out at us quite so much. I can get away with a few more details, like up here. Can I move you over? Yep. In fact, hang on. There we go. Okay. Oh, perfect. Perfect match. That's nice when that happens. So I can come in here. That is to say, I'm matching this color almost exactly, which means I can come in here and do little hard edges, medium hard edges, but they don't come across as hard because the contrast in color is so subtle that these come off as soft edges. I don't know if that made sense. I hope it did, because that was a good point. What defines a hard edge? It's not only how hard the edge it is, it's how hard the edge is. What determines how hard an edge is also how great a contrast it is between the two colors that are coming together in that edge. If the two colors are almost identical, that edge will be viewed as a soft edge, even if it's hard. Does that make sense? Good. I needed to say that today. I guess somebody needed to hear that. Okay, I'm very happy with the effect that's coming across right now. Let's maybe try just a little tiny bit of that. Not much, but just a little tiny bit of that over here at this end of the painting. This painting has, I feel like in the last, 45 minutes or so, however long I've been working on it, I've changed it from a B, maybe a B minus painting to, I think, an A painting. So that's always a good day when that kind of thing happens. Well, this is a good place for me to pause. I need to take a few minutes just to look at this without you looking over my shoulder, of course, or Izzy looking over my shoulder. And I hope I had said something here that was helpful to you. If you like this, please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And please let some of your artistic painter friends know about me. Would you do that? I appreciate it so much. Okay, I'll be back, I hope, later on today.